So finally got this damn motor bay gutted, and I probably should have thought about taking a movie before I started welding, but as you can see, there's like thousands, maybe not thousands, but probably 100 little holes and divots all along the firewall on a Fox body, and you know, up on the inner strut towers and everything, and on the inner fenders, you know, back there. Those holes there all gotta stay because they all got something coming through them. However, this big hole right about there, that one there can get filled in because that was for the EFI and we quit that. So this other little round one right there, that one has just a single wire going through it, so I need to figure out what that wire does, and I may be able to quit that hole too and fill that one in. I'm going to keep the heater core and the evaporator drain down there, but yeah, just you know, smoothing, and then I'll body work it all, and it should look pretty trick. These panels right up here, I got replacement ones of those that don't have these great big holes there and all those holes in them, because probably not going to run windshield squirters on this, and so I don't need the windshield washer bottle, and that's what went through that big hole right there. And then this over here was for like a coolant tank. I'm guessing in the battery box sat right here. But so we're getting rid of all that stuff, and I'm gonna put the battery in the trunk, not running windshield squirters, so I won't need the washer bottle, and the coolant bottle, we'll do something cool. We'll get a Red Bull can or something. But this side, here, let me come around here. That side, I haven't welded that panel in yet, but that's the replacement panel. That had a huge hole right in there for the intake. The one that was in this car looked like somebody cut it out with a skill saw. So yeah, I just figured rather than, you know, spend all that time filling those holes and body working, it was easier just to replace those panels. And Scott Rod Fabrication makes really nice ones, but that's what everybody uses, so I figured I'd be a little different. I did order Scott Rod frame rail covers for the frame rail right down along here, rather than fill all those holes in. They sell a piece that comes down, you know, straight across and then down. I'll have to notch it around the strut tower, or not the strut tower, but the sway bar mount there. But it basically goes from the front all the way to the back, so we can tune that up a little bit. You can see there's a bunch of holes back here. I'll keep that big oval one because the brake lines go through that. But yeah, so we'll just get it all smoothed up and body work it and everything. I didn't actually plan on welding on anything tonight. I'm about out of gas, but we'll go till I'm completely out of gas. But I just wanted to get it stripped, and it actually came apart pretty easily. It's a Ford, I guess they like to come apart, but from what I hear anyways. But yeah, so my plans are still to paint it that guard metallic. I think it was a factory color on like the 2010 Mustangs, and I know you can get it on an F-150. A guy at work's got one on F-150. I really like that color, so I want to do the engine bay, you know, the same color as the car, and it'll look should look pretty trick with everything in there. And like I say, we quit the EFI, we're going with a carburetor, and end up running just a single piece of that black braided line from the back all the way up the side. Probably put the regulator over there somewhere, and then run right into the line I have for the back of the carburetor. My plan still is to run QA1 front suspension, the K-member, the A-arms, double adjustable coilovers on the front. The back, I'm not going to run coilovers, but I'll run the Steeda adjustable aluminum lower control arms, because I have that Steeda 5-link 2 that does the upper control arms, and I'll run whatever springs, some 350-pound like drop springs in the back, and I'll run the QA1 double adjustable shocks in the back. Picked up an aluminum drive shaft for it. I'm going to run the stock T5 for now, because I'm not decided on what I want to do engine wise. If I'm going to build a 351 Windsor, I got a line on a 351 Cleveland I may put in it. I haven't decided yet, but just want to get it in paint and get it you know, on good suspension and run it the way that it is this year. But I did pick up some pretty sharp looking engine parts. You know, you got to have great big tall, you know, fancy aluminum valve covers, just because. And that's the YN Stealth intake. I got an MSD distributor, and gave the old motor the rattle can rebuild. We got rid of the rubber style core plugs and put some nice brass ones in, seal them up good. I'm going to order a new oil pan for it. I'm going to pull the timing cover off the front, probably throw a timing chain in it just because, and I'll bead blast the front cover, so that'll be raw aluminum to match the intake. But yeah, give her the old Ford Blue rattle can rebuild. Just a set of stock. It's a stock 86 motor. It doesn't have a cam in it or anything. Just got the stock crappy E6 heads, but you can't go crazy with the 86 because pistons will hit the valves, and just don't need to go with all that. And I ain't spending a ton of money on this motor if I'm just gonna you know, set it on the shelf in the future. These valve covers would work on a Windsor, the intake wouldn't, but or the distributor, but I got a smoking deal on that distributor. But yeah, so that's where we're at. Just shooting a little quickie video. I had a little bit of time to work on it, but she's in there. I did a shop cleaning, and I know y'all are gonna say that, yeah, you need to do another one, but I haven't touched this corner. But that's got a new cabinet, all my body stuff in there, and still working on cleaning my bench, but I haven't been able to see my bench in probably 2 years. But yep, so that's where we're at, and I'll keep shooting some update videos as we go along. It'll once we get it painted, it'll get a little more interesting when we're starting to bolt some go fast stuff on. I know I'll be a lot more interested in it, but you got to do this to get to that point, so that's where we're at. But anyways, as always, thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up. Drop me a comment you think there's something I could do better. And as always, thanks for watching. Subscribe. Thank you.